Hello, ladies and gentle beings. More tech news, more tech news, more tech news. The game in the background is Leviathan Warships. The game that you're seeing on here, I've gone through the tutorial, but the game you'll see on here is the first game that I do play. At the moment, I'm going through creating a couple of ships. Don't actually get to use this class because the game that I joined didn't allow me to use this many points. The way it works is you get 8,000 points. You then make a group of ships using that 8,000 points. You can use less, and it counts as like a small fleet if you use less, medium fleet, large fleet. And the games obviously depend on what they want you to play with, whether they want you to play with a small fleet, a medium fleet, or a large fleet. But it's quite fun. It's quite fun. I lost in the first game, but I prefer building the ships, to be honest, putting the guns and shit everywhere than actually fighting. It's turn-based, but it's quite fun. It's designed, I think, more for tablets rather than PC, because a lot of the tutorial was telling you to touch the screen, but it's quite fun. So the first thing I want to talk to you about today is about Netflix. Now, Netflix have made a very large boo-boo. They allowed their licensing agreement with 3 of Hollywood's largest movie studios to lapse. It means that they had to delete 1,800 films off of their service, and fans are calling it the Streamageddon. I don't know if they'll be able to get these back. Possibly, I would assume so. I'd assume that they'll be able to get them back at some point. But if they can't, then Netflix has lost 1,800 films. And to be honest, I have Netflix on 360, and there's not many decent films on there anyway. I used it to watch House of Cards more than anything, and I use it to watch some old films that I just want to go back and watch. There's not really too much new stuff on there. But they renewed some of its agreements with MGM, Universal, and Warner Brothers, but they left out some of their favourites. It's a bit weird, to be honest. I mean, a big company like Netflix, you would assume that they would be on top of something like that. So I don't know. Maybe they just making room for something else. Maybe a little bit further in the future. Maybe they're getting ready. I mean, we know that House of Cards was a original series for them, and they've got another original series on there at the moment. I can't quite remember what it's called. X-Grad's watched it and he said I'd quite enjoy it, so I might get round to watching that. But hopefully it means that they are looking probably into doing something a bit better, because at the moment in the UK Netflix is absolutely terrible. Very much not dissimilar to Love Film. Love Film is pretty bad as well, but we won't dwell on it too much because there's not too much to talk about regarding that, just that they've had to delete 1,800 films. Second thing for today is that scientists at Harvard University have created a tiny flying robot that can sit on your fingertip. It's inspired obviously by a fly. It can do like agile movements, same as an insect can, same as a fly can as well. But this seems a bit weird, to be honest. I mean, will they? I'm assuming they can fit cameras to it and stuff like that. So it's going to come to the point where you don't know whether it's actually a fly or whether Big Brother is watching you in the corner of your room. I don't want a fly to be in the corner of my room while I am doing my private thing and potentially have a camera strapped to its back. They hope that it can actually be used in search and rescue operations, actually, rather than to spy on people. I mean, something that small can obviously get into various tiny nooks and crannies, so they've been literally trying to do this for 12 years. It's Robert J. Wood. He's the principal investigator of the RoboBee, in inverted commas. But as I've said many a times in previous tech videos, the future is nigh, and I don't know. There's been a few videos just recently about robots. One of the world's leading like peace organization people, who can't quite remember her name, but she's won a Nobel Prize for peace and things like that. But she was talking recently about killer robots. So yes, let's have killer robots. Let's just turn the whole planet into a scene from Terminator. It seems like a absolute fantastic idea. Can't think of anything better. Why don't people learn from these films? Seriously, I mean, there's a lot of people that have watched Terminator. No, we don't want killer robots and shit like that. I mean, stuff that's controlled by a human being. But there's actually a sentry gun out there made, I believe it's by Samsung. I believe it's made by Samsung, that has cameras and crap all over it that can identify an enemy and then say, send a signal back to say, shall I shoot this person? And then a human has to say yes or no. So there's some human interaction in it there, but it has the potential to have that human interaction removed. So it could just look at somebody, not recognise them, say they're in a restricted area. It could look at somebody, say, no, I don't recognise you, you're not supposed to be here, and just shoot them straight away. I mean, it would be a bummer for you if all you decided to do was you were off for a week and you grew a beard and it didn't quite recognise you. But that would be absolutely terrible. But I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if technology is that far ahead yet that we can start just leaving decisions up to computers like that. I mean, I know a lot of this kind of stuff already happens in like planes and fighter jets and helicopters and submarines and all kinds of stuff like that. That a lot of the interaction is handled by a computer, but there is still that human part there to say, when it gets a bit too far, no, I know better than you. I am a human being. I am telling you that you do not do this. So I'm not too sure. Maybe, but it would be interesting. Maybe if they just tested them and show us what they were like. But I don't think it's we're not there yet to have robots being able to make a final decision on whether to kill somebody or not. Okay, so third thing I want to talk about, and there's going to be a couple of video game newses in this one. I'm not going to ramble on for too long. Should probably be about another 10 minutes to this video. There were 3 more trailers for Grand Theft Auto 5 released a few days ago now. Basically looking at the 3 playable characters that you're going to be able to play in this game. Obviously, we know from previous what Rockstar have previously said, like, unlike the previous iterations of Grand Theft Auto, this game is going to have 3 playable characters where you hop between them during the campaign, and then when you're not playing one of the 3, or 2, sorry, when you're not playing 2 of the 3 characters, then they just go round and do their own thing. But watching this trailer, and I will put a link to the trailer in the description below, it looks absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm a massive fanboy of Grand Theft Auto and the entire series. I've played absolutely every single one of them, including London, when London was out back on the PlayStation 1. I've 100%ed everything. It was a massive part of my life growing up, Grand Theft Auto, and we complain a lot now about kids and stuff playing Call of Duty, but mainly because it's online. I think you don't want them shouting down your ears and that. But I was 14, 15 when I was playing Grand Theft Auto, and even younger than that, to be quite honest, because I was 14, I think, when GTA 3 came out. So it's a fair time before that I was playing Grand Theft Auto. I'd probably say I was probably about 9 or 10 when I first started playing the original Grand Theft Auto. So, but I am extremely looking forward to this game coming out. It just looks astonishing, and I really do. I am going to be getting it on the 360, but I hope, to all hopes, that they bring out a PC port of it as well, because I would really like to see like higher quality textures and that on this game, because I think it will just look absolutely stunning. But as going through, I mean, other Rockstar games as well, like Red Dead Redemption. If you have not played Red Dead Redemption, it is one of my best games of all time. The story on it gets you so immersed to the main character that's in it. It is just unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Manhunt was on Steam recently for like $2.99, which is completely broken, but that game was fun when it came out to release some steam to do stuff that you're not allowed to do, like suffocate people with plastic bags and bludgeon them to death with baseball bats. So it was good times, and it was very, very violent, and it got a lot of stick for that. And then Manhunt 2 came out on the Wii of all consoles, and it was completely dulled down to shit. It was crap. So when I saw Manhunt on Steam, I thought I'm going to buy that, and then I played it and got to the first gate in the tutorial area, and reading forums, apparently it's completely broken and you can't open doors. So yeah, that was about 5 minutes of playing a game that I loved, and then realising it's actually rubbish on PC. I wish I had my PlayStation 2 back, and I wish I still had Manhunt on that. Okay, so one other quick thing I want to talk about is a few days ago there was a trailer released for Watchdogs. Now, if you don't know what Watchdogs is, it's a GTA stylish game, like an open world shooter kind of thing, like you steal cars and crap like that. It's basically GTA, but there's hacking in it. You use your mobile phone, your cell phone, or whatever you want to call it, to hack certain things in the world, like cameras and bollards and trains, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I hope the game lives up to what it looks like and it's not a complete letdown. But there was a trailer released which detailed the UK release date for this game, which was in November, and I believe they said it was the 22nd. Now, that is a Friday in the UK, which is about the time for Friday to come out. What the hell? For games to come out in the UK. But it was said in the PlayStation 4 press conference when they showcased this game that it will also be available at the launch of the PlayStation 4. So this kind of puts a hint towards that maybe the PlayStation 4 might come out in November. So if that's the case, then Xbox or Microsoft better get their finger out and show us something really, really good on the 21st. Otherwise, looks like I'm going to be buying a PlayStation 4. It's not guaranteed that PlayStation 4 will come out in November. Obviously, if you read it, it says that the game will also be available at the launch of the PS4. So the PS4 could come out February next year, and Watch Dogs could come out in November. That means that Watch Dogs will be out when the PlayStation 4 is out. So it just means that when the PlayStation 4 is released, you'll be able to buy Watch Dogs on the PlayStation 4. It is also being released on the PC, the PlayStation 3, the Wii U, and the 360. I am probably going to get it on the PC, in all honesty with you. But if I do end up going the way of the PlayStation 4, or whether it be the PlayStation 4 or Microsoft's next gen, then I will get it on one of the next gen. I am not going to be buying it on the 360. I bought Injustice on the 360, and I think that may possibly be, apart from Grand Theft Auto, the last game that I do buy on the 360, because it's getting that close now to next gen coming out. And like I was talking to Xgrad the other day, it's PC gaming is just so much better. I mean, there's people out there that will disagree with you and to throw arms up in the air and say, but consoles are cheaper. And yeah, they are cheaper, and you can't put anything past a decent gaming PC is extremely expensive. And if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. But the fact of the matter is that 99% of the time, gaming is better on a PC than what it is on a console. There are some exceptions, like when you get games come out riddled with bugs, but majority of the time they get fixed. And there are other exceptions as well where a control pad is better for certain things, like in Battlefield 3, for example. When I play that on PC, I use my 360 pad to do either fly jets or helicopters, because I find with the mouse and keyboard it's just absolutely terrible. But other than that, I think that's all we are going to talk to you about today for the tech news. I will leave this video running for a few more seconds and try and find something to ramble about. I think there's about 3 more minutes left. Me and Xgrad finished Dead Island Riptide last weekend? Was it last weekend? Maybe Monday. Shorter than the original game, but almost just as good. It's a zombie game. I mean, come on, zombie games more or less now are becoming exactly the same anyway. There's somebody who wants to create a better human being, or somebody that wants to find a cure for certain kinds of diseases, and they end up making zombies, and then he tries to defend the fact that he was trying to make a cure for something. All zombie story plots are more or less the same nowadays. I think the zombie genre is slowly hitting its border here. There needs to be an actual zombie survival game again. Now, a lot of people will disagree with me, but I am looking forward to when DayZ comes out as a standalone. Not literally can't wait for it, but I think it will be pretty good. There isn't games out there that try and make you avoid the zombies as opposed to just running in and constantly just trying to slaughter them all. Whereas I find that to be what a zombie game is. You see zombie films and things like that, and they're not constantly running out trying to slaughter every single one of them. They're hiding, they're trying to conserve themselves, they're trying to stay alive, and they're fighting only when they need to fight. So if they don't completely balls that game up like the Warzy was, that game was absolutely bugged to the eyeballs, to the point as where that some of the stuff it said you could do on the description on Steam you couldn't do at all in the game. It was basically still in an alpha state, and they released it saying it was a full game and charged people for it. It then got removed from Steam and then got put back on Steam, and I don't know what's going on with that game. But DayZ, hopefully the standalone will be okay. You may notice that there has been some videos go up on Mad Dog's channel where I've been playing there's a couple on there of me and him playing DayZ, and a couple on there of me and him playing Wasteland as well. So that's it for today. I thank you very much for watching. I hope you are enjoying my Injustice series. I will be putting up tomorrow, on Saturday, I will be putting up the fails so far. So that will be the fails from Batman's chapter, from the Green Lantern's chapter, and from Aquaman's chapter, or Aquaman. So I don't think I actually failed at all on Batman. I might have done. I don't know. I'll have to check my recordings. But yeah, they'll be going up on Saturday. Sunday is rest day. Monday is bank holiday, so expect probably more Injustice to go up on Monday. And then I'm off all next week. And I will be playing Neverwinter, hopefully. So I might do a video on Neverwinter. It's Dungeons and Dragons MMO. Pretty good. It's actually really good. It's in open beta at the moment. You can download it completely free. So that's probably what I'll be playing next week. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.